Hello there my fellow holotable heroes, and welcome to a brand new Conquest video guide. So we have brand new volume starting on Monday. So as always in this video I want to go through the feats. You'll be able to find in the link in the description below to my SWGOH Life website where you can find all the useful Conquest tools. So as I'll be going through, I'll be adding here video guides for each of the sectors. Again, I created a daily plan for gold and red crate. If you do want to follow along, in terms of the data discs, from what I guess we understand, we just assume we'll have the same data discs as before. So either Zealous Ambition data disc or a Stone Skin set. So those two are kind of what you can shoot for, but I guess we'll have to wait and see once it starts. However, since there were new data, I didn't see any new data discs in the data mine, so I think it's safe to assume data discs will be the same. So with that in mind, I put together obviously teams for each of the feats that can hopefully help you out a little bit. Before we get into it, we need to talk about something. So looking at the data mine, there's something odd happening because you know how feats usually are, for example, oh, you have to win 20 battles with this faction. Now it's like you need to win only 10 battles with a faction. Or we had, oh, you have to defeat, 50 enemies with this faction. Now you only need to defeat 35 for each faction. And even the global feats, the ones that we had, like, you have to win like with 20 or even sometimes 40 of certain units or factions. Now it's only down to like 15. So not sure was this intentional or bugged. Initially I thought surely it's a bug. However, there was a different bug that in Sector 3 the feats were issuing 5 key cards, not 10. And Siege did actually hotfix this, so that will be corrected, the number of key cards in Sector 3 we earn. But they didn't mention anything about actual feat counts. So is it safe to assume that actually they made feats less grindy this time? So most of the feats will kind of be done as you're just playing through, like, no need to go back and farm feats, because if you only need to use a faction 10 times, you only need to defeat, I don't know, 35 enemies or something like that, not 50. You can just get most of these feats done through the playthrough. Now if that's the case, I guess that's good news, because less grinding. But if it's less grindy, I guess that means that the new Conquest unit, it's not gonna be that amazing. Because remember how tough Darth Bane Conquest was, and Bane, at least in my opinion, is absolutely the best character in the game by far. Then Amidala was a little bit easier, and while she's okay, she's not on the level of Bane. So if now they made the Conquest that much easier to obtain gold or even a red crate, I guess the new unit will be like what? Trench level? Old Boba level? I don't know, I guess we'll have to wait and see, because to be honest, it's supposed to what? Boost Saw Gerrera or Mon Mothma, but they are not that great, so I don't know, we'll have to wait and see, I guess. Just something I wanted to touch upon before we get to the main portion of this video, which of course is the feats. So we'll just start with global feats and then go sector 1, 2, 3, 4 and finish off with sector 5 feats. So let's go ahead and start off with the global. This one hasn't changed. Challenge path, 250 enemies on the golden path. We do have to win with 15 battles with Captain Rex surviving. Now this before was like 20 battles or 40 battles, so as you will see, they're all been kind of reduced to 15. I guess even if you have a low gear Captain Rex, we can just farm there on the Data Crow node in Sector 1, just load up your dash with Zealous Ambition data disc or other support unit with an AoE, and you can just nuke them, so it shouldn't be too difficult. You can chuck in there Master Qui-Gon Jinn and as well Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi, even if low gear, because we also have global actually feat for them. Or you could, because we do have a Gungan feat global as well, you could just plonk in Captain Rex, or if you do have a Galactic Legend Rey, you could just kind of run all of these global feats under her. Also bringing in Jedi Knight Cal, because he also got a global feat. Defeat 35 enemies with Jedi Knight Cal. This used to be like defeat 100 enemies, so You see what I was getting at in the beginning of the video? Obviously, if you have Jedi Master Luke, you could run Jedi Knight Cal. That's gonna be the easiest thing to do. Just Inherited Teaching or Jedi Cal, and then just chuck in Master Qui-Gon, Padawan, OB for their global feat. If you want Captain Rex for his global feat. If you don't have Jedi Master Luke, you could run under Jedi Knight Luke, for example, and obviously instead of maybe Captain Rex, throw in a Revan in there. So, you know, I guess straightforward kind of. So we do have Master Padawan again, because both Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan, they're Jedi and Galactic Republic, so you can kind of mix them under Jedi, or you can run them under Galactic Republic, or as shown earlier, you can just run them in some sort of Dash Nuke squad and be on your way. And this again, win 15 battles, so it's not 40 or 20 of some of these global feats we had before. And then another one, Gungans, same thing. You have to win 15 battles with at least 4 Gungans in your squad. So good to see here that they didn't do a galactic challenge on us where you have to use a full squad of Gungans. Again, you can just use them under Raid, Dash Nuke squad, or any other comp. Obviously, if you do have Jar Jar, well done, my friend. You can just use a full Gungan squad, 15 battles with Gungans. And then the final global feat, we have to defeat 35 enemies with Dark Trooper Moff Gideon. Now, because we're relying on Zealous Ambition to do most damage in this conquest, Dark Gideon is tank, so getting 35 kills with Gideon, I think this is the only feat from global that might be a bit tricky, but I'm sure we'll figure something out, some sort of way to make this easier. And then obviously we have the standard over prepared and booming voice global feats as before. So let's now move on to Sector 1 feats, and we have Light Side Mandalorians. So yeah, whereas before we had a global feat of winning with Light Side Mandalorians, this time we actually have to defeat 35 enemies with Light Side Mandalorians. Again, if you have Jedi Master Luke, you could just run any Mandalorian under him using Inherited Teaching. You can chuck in Captain Rex if you want for the Rex feat. You know, just kind of mix and match for the global feats if you do want run after under Jedi Master Luke. And then if you do have Light Side Mandalorians, they can get something done either with, you know, old Bo-Katan or new Bo-Katan. I guess, you know, it can't hurt to have this team running as well. So up next we got Evasion Up, so you have to gain Evasion Up 50 times. I'm not sure Evasion Up was it 60 before or 80, but definitely reduced a little bit as well. So you have multiple ways to do this. You could run, if you do have a Bad Batch squad, you could run Bad Batch, because both Hunter and Echo, they can give Evasion Up to your guys. Throwing Captain Rex, he's a clone anyway for the global feat as well. You could do Rebel squad, because Captain Rex is a rebel also. Run here under Luke for his global feat, and then Han with his Shrug Shoulder, he gives Evasion Up to all allies. And as well, Bane and Seven Sister, they also have ability to give Evasion Up. You can throw in Han even if you want. Plonking both, you know, their Jedi, Qui-Gon and Padawan for their feat. So it's plenty of flexibility in this one. But probably most of us will rely on CLS, Han and Bad Batch squad to get it done. Ewoks, we have to defeat 35 enemies. See again, defeating 35, not 50 enemies with Ewoks. The usual Master Luke squad, calling, you know, whichever Ewok of your choice to assist. If you do have Ewoks, I guess they could get some job done as well in this regard. And Resistance, you have to win only 10 battles with a full squad of Resistance. Again, this used to be 20, right? Faction feats. You can form 3 full Resistance squads, so depending on what you've got, obviously you can run any of these combinations. And let's look at the mini boss battle decks. This one, I think we had this one before, but it was in a different sector. So we have to win with Scout Trooper, defeating an enemy and light side only, and we will be battling versus Seer Junda. Could be a tricky one if you do have a low gear Scout Trooper, but if you do have her relic tab, she's support, so with Zealous Ambition at the disc, hopefully she can knock somebody down. If you do have Imperial Remnant squad, you know, maybe run after her, or run under her. Otherwise, you could do standard Imperial Troopers as well. And then we also have to win with light side. So here we can, you know, maybe just try to do Bad Batch for the Evasion Up feat, and then as well Captain Rex for his global feat. And for the final boss, we will be facing a Darth Vader squad, and we have to win with Throne surviving. Guess some sort of Sith Empire lineup, Malak there for the fear and things like that. Maybe bring in Han for some evasion up. And for the no Empire, maybe clones will work well also here, depending on how fast I guess the enemy is. Again, evasion up from Hunter and Echo, and Captain Rex there for his global feat. Okay, let's move on to the Sector 2 feats. So now we got Rebel Fighters again. Now we could probably put together even like 3 Rebel Fighter squad, but I guess it's either gonna be a Mon Mothma or so. You could also run, I guess, like a Admiral Raddus, because some of Rogue One are Rebel Fighters as well, but because Admiral Raddus usually, you know, he's doing all the damage with his AoE because of Zealous Ambition Data Disk, he might be getting all the kills, not his allies. So either do any combination of those squads. Good thing is Captain Rex is a Rebel Fighter, so he can help you there with the global feed. Or you could just do, you know, standard stuff with Jedi Master Luke, Cheese, and, you know, keep calling guys with Inheritance Teaching for assist. And let's move on to another one. So we do have to defeat 35 enemies with Imperial Troopers. See again, 35, not 50. Assuming that is correct. We got 2 Imperial squads. Well, the Imperial Trooper squads, maybe Aiden as well, but Aiden is really good with Amplify Agony. Just relying on Zealous Ambition Data Disk, Aiden is not that useful, I find. So maybe Veers, all these guys are support. You could run Imperial Remnants, but mind you, Dark Gideon, I believe, is not an Imperial Trooper. But in this squad, probably Scout Trooper and Old Gideon, their support, so they'll be doing all the defeating anyway. So I guess you could put like 2 different Imperial Trooper squads together. Night Sister, win 10 battles with Night Sisters. Pretty standard stuff, you know, we can just form 1 full Night Sister lineup. So whatever Night Sisters you've got, you know, they're all support more or less, so they should be able to take advantage of Zealous Ambition Data Disk. Finally, Potency down. We've had this one a while ago. They're like more units, but the easiest thing is both Grandmaster Yoda and Yan Lang on their basic, they are inflicting potency down, so some sort of lineup built around them. And then mini boss in Sector 2 will be Kelleran back, and we have to win with Sabine defeating an enemy and a full squad of Galactic Republic. Defeating somebody with Sabine, she's not support or healer, so especially if she's at low gear, we'll have to see how we can make this work, but you know, hopefully we can figure something out here. Otherwise, you know, you'll just skip 2 key cards for this one, which is, I guess, not a deal breaker. And then for the Galactic Republic, maybe some sort of Padme lineup will work, I don't know. Try to use Master Yoda there for potency down to help there also. And for final boss, it's going to be against Bosk and a Bounty Hunter squad, so we have to win with Sauce surviving. Might as well put like a Rebel Fighter squad around him, I guess. Mon Mothma's got a revive as well, so I guess as long as he doesn't get nuked by Boba or somebody that can prevent revives, even if So is low gear, Mothma can revive him before the end of the battle. Bringing in Biggs in all the Mon Mothma squads, as you will see, because whenever he's critical hit, he gains 100% turn meter. So in versus these fast over prepared squads, you know, he can maybe get a quick turn. And then his support, so he can do some nice damage as well because of Zealous Ambition. And for the Empire, well, we have an Imperial Trooper feat in this sector as shown earlier, so might as well we'll try some sort of Imperial Trooper lineup. Okay, so let's look at Sector 3 feats next. We got a funny one. Defeat 35 enemies with any Han. I guess you could do a full Han lineup, I don't know. But probably Captain Han, I think he's support, so I guess he's the one that will be doing the most damage from all the Hans because of Zealous Ambition Data Disks. Some sort of CLS squad. You could run him under Rey, throwing in Seer in there for accuracy up as well. And then you could just plonk in, you know, whatever global feats you need. Or run him under Jedi Master Luke and, you know, Inherited Teachings. Keep calling, well, could be any Han, not Captain Han actually. And you should get kills that way. Separatists, we can form 3 full Separatist lineups. But I guess, you know, it's Sector 3 already. Enemies can be quite challenging depending on data disks and things like that. Grievous could work, obviously Geos or Trench, you know, whatever we got, we'll figure it out. We have to win again 10 battles with a full squad of separatist units, again down from 20. Then we have the adapter die again. I think last time we were able to cheese these. Was it versus was it some Night Sister squad or something? So we'll see. Otherwise, this may take quite a few battles to complete. We'll have to work it out. And then accuracy up feat. If you do have Amidala unlocked, she actually has got an ability to grant everybody. So does Seer. If you don't have those guys built up, I think Pathfinder does it on his basic to himself, I believe. Someone more than this could actually, you know, do it quite quickly because, you know, everybody's called to assist. So maybe this will be the easiest thing to do. And Gideon also can get it done as well. But as you can see, these are all kind of rare units, so probably majority of us will have to rely on some sort of Mon Mothma lineup. We'll test it out. And then for mini boss here in Sector 3, we have to battle Bo-Katan Mandalore. Yikes. And we have to win with a full squad of Galactic Republic Jedi and then Hoki Legions. If you do have Jedi Master Kenobi, obviously shouldn't be too difficult, I guess. I don't know. Otherwise, we'll try some sort of Qui-Gon late team or maybe like General Kenobi. We'll have to see, you know, what Jedi lead here will be good. Well, Caloran back, I guess, maybe. But again, it's a bit more rare now for many of you guys out there. So we'll figure something out. And Hoki Legions, just maybe some sort of Dash Nude squad, maybe with Frenzy Tech and what, and, you know, just nuke those guys out. And for the final boss, we'll be facing Dark Gideon and Imperial Remnants, and we have to win with Bosnas surviving and Dark Side units only. I guess if you have a full Gungan squad, maybe they can win, I don't know. If not, do some sort of Dash Nuke squad there. With Frenzy Tech and what, I guess. I think that will be the safest. And then Dark Side, maybe Darth Revan will work. I don't know. We'll have to try it out, I guess. All right, so let's move on to Sector 4 now. We got Stab, but this time is not Stab kills. We just have to win 10 battles with Stab surviving. Some sort of Dash Nuke squad, maybe. Then throwing in 8th Brother for accuracy down on all enemies. So, you know, he's quite good for that. Again, we'll have to figure something out for, you know, low gear stabs out there. Then we have to gain shield up 50 times. It's a bit of a cheeky one, I guess, because I think Phalanx is the only one that does it, and the guy only applies it to Gungan allies. So if you have Jar Jar, you can get 5, maybe 10 a battle. If not, you can get 4, maybe 8. So I guess if you are doing the global Gungan feat, this is the sector to really do it in, because you have to do shield up anyway. So maybe there's an opportunity to kind of double down on those feats. Accuracy down, so we have to attempt to inflict accuracy down 50 times. Inquisitors are a good choice. Seven Sister does it on her basic, I believe, if the target has more than 3 stacks of Purge or something like that. So it's a bit of a conditional one, whereas 8 Brothers AoE will apply it to all enemies. If you don't have, like, you know, good Inquisitors, maybe we can do some sort of Palpatine Malak Cheese squad, throwing in Stab in there for the Stab feat or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And then finally, as well, Cat Bane does this on his basic, so maybe some sort of Bounty Hunter lineup. Keep calling Cat Bane to assist. You can get it done a few times as well each battles. And probably the easiest feat of them all in this conquest is winning 10 battles with full squad of rebels. Plenty of you to choose from. Whichever it is, you can chuck in Captain Rex for, you know, the global Captain Rex feat, because he's a rebel. So plenty of teams that can help us out here. Mini boss in Sector 4 is General Grievous, and we have to win with Bo-Katan, Mandalore surviving, and with Darkseid only. This time I do have finally Bo-Katan unlocked. I just unlocked her, was it like, when was her event? Like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. So it's the first time in Conquest I'll be able to use her. And then for Darkseid, I mean, Grievous is quite anti-Darkseid, isn't he? So we'll have to see if, you know, something with troopers that are all support and Malak can keep them under control. And for the final boss, we have to win with Leia Organa surviving and without Galactic Legends, and we will be battling Boss Nass and Gungans. I'm assuming Leia should have no issues with Gungans, but we've all seen how Gungans look like in a Galactic Challenge, so we'll have to wait and see. Without Galactic Legends, I guess on some Jedi lineup, Revan can mark their shield and hopefully we can finish them. I don't know. Hopefully this would work. And then Sector 5, Evasion down. We've had this before, straightforward. 3PO does it on his basic, so shouldn't be too difficult. But because we do have Bounty Hunter feat in this Sector 5, Zem, she does have an ability that applies it, I believe, to all enemies. So maybe you can double down here on these feats with Bounty Hunters and Evasion down with Zem. We've got a Phoenix one, defeat 35 enemies with Phoenix. Again, some sort of Master Luke lineup. You could throw in Ezra there, he's a Jedi, and a Phoenix or Kanan. Maybe that's a good choice, but if you still need Captain Rex for the global feat, he can slot in there. You could also use a Silas squad, and if you are running Zealous Ambition data disc set, Captain Rex, he's the support, all these other guys are attackers, so you know, one of his AoEs and he'll probably just nuke the entire squad. Or if you're lucky enough to have Relict Up Phoenix squad, could run a full their Phoenix squad as well. Then we got Qui-Gons, so we have to win 10 battles with both Qui-Gons surviving. So the OG Qui-Gon and the new one that we just got through Marquee. Run it under some sort of Jedi team. They're both also Galactic Republic, so you could run them under Padme or Jedi Master Kenobi if you do have him unlocked. And as mentioned before, Bounty Hunters, I guess some sort of boss Bounty Hunter squad, or if you do have Jabba, you could also put together a lineup with Jabba. And mini boss in Sector 5, it's going to be Darth Bane, so that's going to be interesting because we don't really face Darth Bane often on defense anywhere. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays on defense. Unfortunately, Conquest, it costs us energy to try out, but we'll have to figure it out. We have to win with General Veer surviving. I don't know, will troopers work? I have no idea how Darth Bane will behave on on defense. We'll have to wait and see. And then for light side, I don't know, I guess we'll need some sort of insta-kill to finish off Bane. So their Commander Ahsoka Tano on Gear with Padme maybe? I don't know, what do you guys think? And then for the final boss, we'll be battling versus Saw. And we have to win with Darth Bane surviving and without Jedi, Sith, or unaligned Force users. I guess for Bane you just run him and another Sith and you should be good to go, I guess. I don't know. And then finally Hoki Religions, Dash Nuke Squad, Han Chewie. I guess that'll be enough. I don't know. Sometimes these obviously modifiers can make things a lot more challenging. And there you go, guys. That's all the feats that we'll have to complete here in the upcoming volume of Conquest. As you've seen, they've all been toned down in terms of, you know, how many times we have to get them. Again, it looked like a bug, but they did release hotfix to fix the key cards as mentioned in the beginning. So maybe it's gonna be like that. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see until Conquest starts and if CG will have any additional hotfixes coming our way. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you, I guess, on Monday when I start doing sector feats. But until then, have fun, enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.